That's how we started it. I remember he was like,
oh, it's in you. It's
so it comes out of you.
Do you run out of webs? Like,
and your body naturally makes that.
Wait, we didn't even give the spoiler alert.
Oh man.
God! Oh, let's get into this react or review. Yeah,
it's a review.
Yeah, you feel the vibe. Better press like and subscribe. Steady on the grind, million plus we on the rise. YBC. We in this thing to entertain your every need. So shout out to friends and family at Rhodes and yeah, we be killing it.
Yeah, welcome to the show. I hope you feel it. Sit back and watch the subs reach a million. Watch what I do for entertainment. Watch what I do for your amazement. Can't contain it. Hit the like button. Make a nigga day and tell me how you love it. It really help us if you get to sub it. But all she trying to do is get to
Yo! YK W TFGO, man. You got Jay, you got A.Rhodes here, and we back, man. We back to do another review video, you feel me? Because this is about the movie that we've all, if we haven't all seen it, we've all heard about it. Or at least wanted to see it because we've heard about it. You feel me? Spider-Man No Way Home has finally come out, and this time we go ahead and talk about this.
Yeah, shit. I would say spoilers ahead, but this is the second week. If you haven't seen it by now, I mean, there's something wrong with you. I can send you a bootleg link. Right, like, god damn, you ain't seen it by now?
Yeah. You should at least know enough from what you've seen on social media.
By now.
But you feel, before we even get into
spoilers,
it,
right?
yeah, definitely spoilers. But before we get into it though, y'all gotta press subscribe. Because we on the road to 1 million subscribers, but definitely on the road to 100K. You feel me? If it's less than 100K, definitely press subscribe. And then you gotta comment down below as well, because if you want us to do more movie reviews, then you gotta let us know what movies you want us to watch and review. You feel me? Definitely comment down below. Y'all gotta also press like, comment down. So, we here. The moment we've all been waiting for. Spider-Man No Way Home, man. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's deep dive into it, brother.
Alright. So we just gonna start from beginning to end. Your movie opens up with where the last movie left off from. You got Spider-Man, and he's like, everybody's finding out that Peter Parker's Spider-Man. My man takes off with Mary Jane Watson. My bad, Michelle Jones Watson.
MJ.
Right, because we find out what MJ really stands for.
Right.
So yeah, they take off, they do their thing or whatever, and then boom, Doc Ock appears, and you know and hilarity ensues.
It's 100%. I mean, because it's just the way, like, at first, and this is one thing I didn't understand about the beginning. Why is Spider-Man so damn worried about getting into college, bro? You're Spider-Man.
I was kind of thinking that as well. I was like, he is really concerned about himself. Like, I understand his friends, but it's like, you're a super, like, I get that you wanna, you have to live your life, but, and everything, but I'm just, when I think about my time in college, at what point would I have time to be a fucking superhero and save the world? You think bad guys are like, oh, it's fucking 11 a.m. Tuesday, motherfuckers got class.
He's in class. Yeah.
You think Thanos gave a fuck?
He didn't give a damn.
He didn't give a fuck what day, what time it was. He was like, we're invading New York and we taking this shit over.
He didn't give a damn. That's like a conversation between having, that's like that comparison of $50,000 or dinner with Jay-Z. Nigga, college or knowing Tony Stark. Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about right now, bro? Like, I'm good. You feel me? Definitely, like I said, I was, why are you so concerned about college? But, you know, it was cool. I feel like it was dope the way that they led them. It led them to the woman on the fucking freeway. You feel me? And then that's when the Dr. Ock came out. And then they show you that Green Goblin.
Yeah, you feel me? Just a little taste real quick before
duck the fuck off.
Duck the fuck off.
But then just from that alone, you like, wait, that's okay. It's that little hint that ain't super villains that he been fighting.
Now, a lot of people have been talking about Doctor Strange, and I kind of agree. He was a little weird. It felt a little, I don't know if the word would be despondent. I don't know, but his character or him in this movie just felt a little different. You know, he didn't feel like the Doctor Strange that we've been seeing. I don't know. I think we have to stop classifying Doctor Strange as a good guy on this. I almost feel like he's more of a I don't know what you call it. It's just not necessarily a hero.
Ooh.
Just a, you know.
Oh, you know what I like kind of sense from him now that you say that? I feel like Endgame scarred him. Like that's what it feels like. He's scarred and so tense from
everything.
Yeah, everything with Endgame.
And one little detail that people keep pointing out that I really want to find out is they said he changed the spell 6 times and Peter corrected him and was like, no, 5 times. Why did he say 6? Did he change the spell 6 times? And if so, and if Peter changed it 5, what was his 6th change that he made without Peter knowing?
Oh, I gotta go back and watch that part.
Yeah, it'd be little things like that that you gotta pay attention with Marvel, and it'd be like, what? You know, like I hate shit like that, because it'd be like, you ain't gonna find out till goddamn 2 movies later, oh, that's what he meant by this and that, oh, that little shit there.
Oh, man.
I be hating little stuff like that.
I mean, because, like, and then, like, even the, and shout out to Tom Holland, because, I mean, even his personality and just the way he talks and you know, his role, he embodies that annoying little brother, you feel me? And it just felt like Doctor Strange was just annoyed with him, and that's how he kind of got him off his game. He distracted him, annoyed him enough, you feel me? And so now the movie transitions. This is before Strange gets captured. This now transitions into they realize that they done fuck some shit up with this 5-6 different spells that she done changed, you feel me? Got different villains coming from all types of different universes and shit, you feel me? The multiverse.
And then Jamie Foxx somehow changed, and what everybody's talking about, Jamie Foxx didn't know who Peter Parker, he didn't know Spider-Man was Peter Parker. He even said in the film, oh man, I didn't know, I thought you'd be black. Like, how you gonna say in the same movie you didn't know who the man was? Right.
That is very true. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, and he changed, like, he went, I don't understand how you go from one universe and being this nerdy, geeky person with a comb over to now you normal and shit.
It looked like you just left a ski slope, you know. But I mean, but they brought attention to that, and that's one thing I would say in the writing and the scripting of this. Like, they hit on
little things,
the different movies, you feel me, that would, you know, that brought it back in. So I feel like even if you didn't see all the other movies, you feel me, that this was a cool movie.
This was a good movie. This was done really good.
That you can run it back. Yeah.
I need people to stop saying this was Spider-Man Endgame. It wasn't that epic. It was good. It was what I like to call what they say fan service. This was a great fan service movie. This was a great movie for fans of the old Spider-Man films, of the new Spider-Man. This was just a great film as far as that's concerned. Like, I don't think it was as epic as Endgame and all this other stuff, but I do think it was a great film for nostalgia and just getting some fan service things. You know, you got the Spider-Man pointing at each other. Which Peter? Me?
Which one?
You know, like little shit like that.
I'm Peter Parker.
Right.
You know?
Peter? That Peter? Me Peter? That
Peter? Right.
Little stuff like that, you know, like getting your, like you said, getting back into Green Goblin and Doc Ock and, you know, getting some of those guys. It was a great fan service movie.
And their stories. That's one thing that all the villains were. They hit on each individual story, so you knew their backstories, what made them turn or switch, you know, and what their ultimate outlook was supposed to be.
Exactly.
You know, and so, and hella action, by the way. Like
the nice amount of, a decent amount of action.
You know, the way that they had to capture all of them. And,
from beginning to end, a decent amount of action.
Crazy. And even with the Spider-Man, so like, this is the moment we all been waiting for. You feel me? Tom Holland, you got Andrew, and you got fucking Toby all in the same fucking room.
We've been waiting for some shit like that.
He opens up the portal.
Especially after Into the Spider-Verse or whatever.
Right. Definitely Miles Morales.
Yeah. Especially after that shit. We've been wanting a live action Spider-Verse joint.
And it was dope. I mean, you know, like I said, with Toby Toby, it almost felt like I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah. Somebody said, I heard somebody say this, and this was the best way to describe it. He looked like a youth pastor.
Exactly.
He looked like the man who went through his troubled teenage and 20 years, through his 20s and in his 30s. He was like, yeah, I'm giving my life to God. He came in with the button with the shirt with the little over
jacket. Yeah.
Looking like a straight youth pastor. Yeah.
Bro, for real, just like,
man.
I'm just here. I'm just
here to educate and to teach the gospel of Spider-Man.
In the book of webs.
The book of webs.
Andrew, let's say it. His Spider-Man is known as the less than of the three.
But that's not all. I don't all put that all on him because his Spider-Man was. I can't remember the movie, but either his Spider-Man was decent and his Peter Parker sucked, or his Peter Parker was decent and his Spider-Man sucked. It was either or. But I think that more so had to do with the writing and the way of the film. I think it was his Peter Parker. I think his Peter Parker was real gloomy and dark during his movie.
Very sad. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not what we want from Peter. And again, I don't think that's all on him. I think that's some of the writing that had to do and all this stuff. Even when we saw Electro or whatever back then, it was like, why is he all blue and looking like straight nigga with the extra big lips and stuff like?
Right, that is good.
It's like, yo, this CGI is bad.
Pink ass lips.
Yeah, big blue ass, big ass lips. Like, dang, y'all making Jamie look bad. But so we have now this version of his Spider-Man, Andrew, and the MCU, where we're able to see his redemption story of saving MJ. We're able to see him joke around a little bit. We're able to see him in this different light. I personally liked it, and honestly, if we were to get like one extra movie from him, I wouldn't be upset. If we were able to get one extra movie from Tom Holland and one more from Andrew Garfield, I wouldn't be upset.
So, and that's where I was about to bring up Tom Holland. Like Tom Holland, I feel like he has embodied that Spider-Man role and made it his own. The true comic books and the old cartoons that I see, I feel like that's what Tom Holland is. And, just from even when he's in his fighting, you believe him more. I feel like he can switch from that silly to serious. I want to beat his ass real quick, and you believe that he'll kill somebody if he really wanted to. You feel me? So it was just super dope, and just the way that they all interacted with one another, it was fun to see. Them fighting together. It was crazy to see three Spider-Mans swinging on the screen at one time.
That's what I'm saying.
You feel me?
It was really decently done. I know Tom Holland said he definitely don't want to play Spider-Man into his 30s and all that good stuff, but I think we need something to finish off his arc, to pass it off to Miles Morales. I don't mind him wanting to be done with the character. We got 3 standalone films with him. That's amazing, plus his other appearances. So give us one more appearance in some films, one more big bad. I don't know, maybe Kang the Conqueror comes in and does something and fucks everything up, and Spider-Man gives his life or something like that and ends up passing on a mantle or something. Or maybe he already had Miles, and was dealing with Miles a little bit, and then he passes away or something like that. But definitely, I think we need one more film to get rid of Tom Holland, to pass on that mantle.
Shout out. Because now we need to know what happened after he has to bring back the memory from MJ and his best friend.
Which, even if we never get that, I'm okay.
Really?
I'm okay if we never get that. I'm okay I'm okay if we never see that.
Oh man.
I'm good.
I don't know.
I'm good. To know that they got into college, that's a nice little bow on their story. They know that they get into college, everything's okay, but he has to make the decision of, now I'm not gonna tell them. I'm okay. Like I said, one more appearance from Tom, I'm good on all 3 of them.
I guess the only reason why I'm okay is because they're together in real life. So it's like, I guess ultimately he still wins. Because I just want Tom to win, bro. I want Tom to be happy and get his girl.
Nah, I like the way the MCU does things. I like when that first MCU, when the Endgame or whatever, when that first one, Infinity or whatever it was called, when Thanos won, and you had that feeling of, why is the credits rolling right now?
Wait, no,
nah, y'all gonna wrap this up in the credits or something.
Right,
Like we know they got the post credits, so you sitting there waiting and you see the post credits, you like,
that had nothing to do with this.
right? Like, hold on, you're just setting up for the next film, but there was no conclusion. No, that's it. That was the conclusion. That gave me a new appreciation for the way that films can be done. And that's why I'm like, okay, and if we're gonna do things like that, we can have wrap-up stories like this where he doesn't get the true happy ending of him and his true love being together.
Right.
He has to ultimately make all of those sacrifices. He lost Aunt May. He has to lose out on all his friends and people know him, meaning Happy and MJ and Ned. He has to lose out on all of that.
Yeah.
You know, he understands that sacrifice, and I like that ending of I understand, because like she said, with great power comes great responsibilities.
And understanding that in order to bring some type of normalcy back to life, you might have to go for real quick.
You have to go to solo dolo.
Damn.
You have to do this alone, and eventually, you know, exactly. And that's what I said. They can wrap it up with one more film where maybe he comes back and meets the Avengers or something, or maybe in the X-Men film or something. You know, like bring it back maybe two more times. Bring it back one more time as a quick little appearance. Like, oh shit, it's Spider-Man. Then people are like, who are you? And he's like, I'm Spider-Man or whatever. And you know, that way they get cool again. And then the last film to kill him off or whatever they want to do, how to get rid of him and pass on that mantle.
And so, because now this brings along two questions for me, I'd say specifically. Okay. Number one. Toby, Andy, Tom. Which is your favorite Spider-Man?
See, I used to have a favorite. You know, I used to be like everybody else. Toby used to be my favorite, Tom number 2, and then Andrew number 3. After this film, I have no favorites. Because like I said, Andrew's part truly showed that it was the writing. It was all the writing. Give Andrew some cool little lines here or there. Give him some cool little stuff to do. Him saving MJ, that look in his eye, that was great acting.
It's like nothing needed to be said.
Nothing needed to be said. We all knew.
Said.
Yeah, your girlfriend died because of the way you tried to save her. So then you knew how to do it the right way this time.
It's redemption.
And he's sitting there, and you just know, you felt it in your heart. Like he's just like, I'm so glad I
did it. And he said it earlier. I've never forgiven myself for it. And you can tell that was the moment. That was the
moment. That's what I'm saying. All of that just goes to show you it's all about the filmmaking.
So that's okay.
It wasn't Andrew. It was all about the everything else on the cinematographer, the director, the writer, all of that.
Even the time in the culture, bro. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like that time may just not have been the best for Spider-Man.
It wasn't the best for Spider-Man. We were getting a lot of depressing shit at that time.
That's true. But so what I'm gonna say though, because I'm gonna put them in order.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
You can't put them in order though.
It's so hard.
This movie changed the whole dynamic of Spider-Man. It truly put them in different boxes completely.
It did.
Andrew is truly the amazing Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
You're amazing.
Tom Holland is truly the MCU Spider-Man.
Flying all the Iron Man Spider-Man.
Toby is the original Spider-Man.
Yeah. Andy. Toby, Tom. I gotta give Tom the best. Tom has a fucking Bluetooth suit, bro. He took over Dr. Octo with Bluetooth, bro. How do you feel me?
Nah, here you about to get me to complain now.
No, come on, bro. I'm just saying the fact that, like, listen, just the fact that the ultimate abilities, like, this is what I'm talking about with progression. Like, yes, Toby didn't have access to all this. Okay, cool. Andy, whatever. We said it was writing. We said it was just a story behind the way that they did it. It wasn't the best. They did it with Tom. And the way that Tom is acting, the way that Tom plays off of his responses on, man, Tom he makes you happy.
Yeah.
He makes you happy, bro. So that's what, when I watch Spider-Man, I want to be happy even in some of those more serious and depressing times. Like, I still want to feel like there's hope. And Tom gives me that. You feel me? So that's why I'm going to say, out of the 3, he was the best.
Now, here's my complaint with that, with the gear that he has.
Okay.
No other Spider-Man would have access to that gear. Only Tom Holland, because he's in the MCU, which Iron Man left all that gear for him, is why you get that.
Okay.
Because if you don't get Iron Man, you don't have MCU Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Okay.
You don't get all that cool, amazing gear, Bluetooth, and all that stuff. You get Toby and you get Andrew.
It's in me, yeah. It's in me.
That's what
I
you
got
get
bit
when
by
you don't have Iron Man by your side. And I guess, like I said, that's my issue. So now that you don't have Iron Man, let's see what he does.
Yeah.
Because you saw at the end he had to go back to making his own shit and stuff like that. So you're not gonna get all that cool gear.
But
You're gonna get essentially the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
He could do. So what if he now takes the role of Spider? Iron Man, but. You know, like...
Oh, nah, he's not. That's the thing. He don't have the money. That was the thing with Iron Man. He had the resources to create all that stuff. Spider-Man don't have the resources for all that stuff.
He did.
And even in the comics, all he ever had was just what he could get his hands on and tinker with.
He's a struggling kid from Queens.
There you go. There you go.
You feel me? But so, that brings along my second question.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Miles. Who plays him in live action?
So in the live action, I think the person who voiced him should kind of do him in the live action. I wouldn't mind seeing Shameik Moore.
Whoa!
I really 100% wouldn't mind Shameik Moore playing Miles Morales. The only thing with Shameik Moore is he's going to be too old in the next couple years.
He's either going to be too old or too edgy?
Just too old.
Too old? Okay.
Just too old.
I thought maybe his appearance was like, okay.
Because Miles is going to have to be around, literally from the Peter Parker age, around 16 to 22. He's literally like, in real life, he's going to have to be around somewhere close to these ages.
Maybe
because they're setting this up for the Young Avengers and all those stories. So, you know, in order to have Spider-Man be able to, he's going to have to be around that age.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be around the Miles Morales high school age.
It would have had to be around the time of when Shameik did Dope.
When he first did Dope and the other one with the
kids,
shit.
Nick Cannon shit.
The Get Down.
Or all that, yeah. But so, because that brings along where I was saying, I think Jaden would be a cool little Miles.
Jaden is way too old.
At this point, now that you said that, I'm like, that would have to X that out.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Jaden too tall, and I couldn't see Jaden doing Spider-Man.
What about the guy in Stranger Things?
He would be perfect. He would be perfect.
Yeah.
Now I have heard people say that they want someone more
Puerto Rican or
they want it to be more related to the actual comic book character. The problem I have with that is the motherfucker is black and Puerto Rican. A black and Puerter Rican motherfucker looks black. I look like a black Puerto Rican. Like,
come
stop,
on, bro.
Stop fucking playing.
Well, all you gonna do is make his hair
just
curly.
make his hair a little curly. I hate to do that. I really do, but if you mix with black, most likely you just look black.
It's true.
Like, you look Afrocentric.
It is.
So,
it is very true.
Yeah,
but
I hate when people do that. That's the only thing. Now, if the character, if Miles Morales in the comics was just Hispanic, it would be like, cool, get somebody who just looks more Hispanic. But in the comics, he's black and Hispanic, so it's like, just get a black person if you need to, you know?
Come on, you do.
Because there aren't too many black and Hispanic, black and Puerto Rican especially actors out there.
And what I will,
around that age, I should say.
Definitely, exactly. And what I will say, just to kind of end that topic on me, Jamie did say, I thought there would be a black Spider-Man by then.
Setting us up for the next one.
For Miles Morales. That's what I took that as.
Yeah, because he said there has to be a black Spider-Man.
It has to be a black Spider-Man. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And
he's setting us up.
You feel me? So
like I said, MCU do that, bro. They set you up for the next couple joints, set you up for some future shit.
This Spider-Man was absolutely amazing, in my opinion.
Yeah, this was great. This was great.
I'm gonna give it a strong 9 out of 10.
Yeah, no, this was great. This was a great movie. Like I said, my biggest complaint is that my name wasn't in the credits after working on this fucking film for like 2 months.
I didn't know if you were gonna say it.
Oh yeah. I was gonna save it to the end.
Yeah. And shout out to No Spoilers. You did your job.
I did my job. I gave no spoilers.
You just didn't
get my name in the credits.
You knew everything before we knew it, bro.
I was searching, bro. Yeah, because so now I can say what scenes I was there around for. So the scenes where they blew up outside the Feast Center.
Oh,
cars and shit blew up.
Yeah,
I wasn't there for the actual day. I came the day later. I wasn't scheduled for that day.
Okay.
But I was there. I was there because they filmed like Happy being outside and they were shooting or whatever. I was there for that.
Oh wow.
I was on the stages where they did all of the 3 Spider-Man shit. Mm-hmm. I was on stages for all of that shit because most of that shit is CGI.
Yeah.
It's all the real shit where they're hanging on the Statue of Liberty. I think I showed you that. I tried to.
Oh my God, that's
all that
great.
shit. Yeah, I was there for that. What else? I was at the school where JV Smooth, that scene, that little scene, that actually was like one of the last things they did. I was there for that one. Yeah, I was there for a majority of that shit. Because they did a lot of stuff on the stages. I saw The Room. I saw Happy's house or his apartment. I saw May's apartment and Peter's room and stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, I saw all that shit.
That's dope as hell.
With all the records, little tape and shit. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
saw all that
God.
shit.
And I mean the fact, yeah, they definitely could put your name.
Man, they could have, bro.
It's all good, man. But like, look, we
can tell y'all the whole process.
Look, right. So if y'all want to know that, y'all gotta leave comments down below. A-Rhodes will coming back, let y'all know some of the other little things that we may know. But other than that, man, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Shout out to the MCU, shout out to Marvel, shout out to the Amazing Spider-Man, shout out to the
original Spider-Man.
The original Spider-Man, shout out to Spider-Man and Tom Holland. Just
everybody.
You feel me?
Amazing job, MCU.
Great job, man. Great job. Y'all leave comments, like I said, about how y'all felt about the movie. Like I said, we was gonna talk about it. We gave all the spoilers. Fuck it. Go see it. Press like, comment down below. Y'all distribute this whole. Y'all press subscribe. I don't know if I said that. We about to say.